Welcome to the Real Salty Podcast. Please join Stephanie and Caitlin as we dive into life in Florida, the good, the salty, and everything in between. We'll chat about real estate, family, sports, building a community, and all the unique things that make living in the Sunshine State so special. Plus, we'll bring on some amazing special guests to share their stories and expertise along the way. So grab your favorite drink and get ready to laugh, learn, and get a little salty with us.
What's up, guys? Welcome back for another episode of the Real Salty Podcast. We're so happy you're with us. What's up, girl?
And you always do such a good job of intros. You're so good at them.
Be like that little radio.
Like Radio Gaga, right? All we need is...
Yeah, exactly. Welcome back to Kiss 95.7. My girl, Stephanie, what do you want to hear tonight?
Seriously, you'd be so good at that.
You know, it's really funny. I would say I have my mother to thank for that because she's kind of a jokester. So she's kind of like me where she remembers movie quotes and she remembers song lyrics and things like that. And she just never really she just played with us. And so me and my brother, we all talk in little voices and like we can mimic little sounds and like, you know, movie quotes and stuff. And so it's kind of funny when you get us all together. I'm sure Trent loves it.
It's like a different language, right?
It is, but shout out to Bambi because we've never been too embarrassed to make a weird face or like a funny voice or anything like that. You're welcome.
I get that. My mom and my dad and my sister and I, when we get together, specifically my sister and I, there's a language and mannerisms that go on that I'm certain are just totally annoying to other people. I mean, there's just no way for them not to be because it's just like we keep going and going. And one of the things that my parents and I have been doing, and it's been hysterical, but totally aggravating too if you're trying to tell a story, that if you're telling a story and you say, I just want you to know, we'll say K-N-O-W, not N-O. And we'll spell out the word. And so it's like we're looking for words in the middle of the conversation that could have a different meaning. And so we spell them out.
You're a special breed.
It's a special breed. So it's a special breed for sure. But it's hysterical at how many words do have a double meaning and how confusing that could be to anyone trying to learn the English tongue.
That's very true. And you know what? Did it start as like your parents to like help you guys understand, or is it?
It literally started like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, shit.
All of a sudden I said something and I was like, just to be clear, not this, but this. And my mom was like, oh, okay, I was confused. So my mom and I started going after it, and my dad was like,
you people are ridiculous.
Yeah. It's hysterical. It's so funny. But anyway, going back to, you do a really good job.
No, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. I know we kind of
I nominate you as tribute.
Nominate me as tribute. Okay, well, I will
always
do that. You know,
Caitlin is officially nominated full-time, all the time, anytime at all.
Motion passed. I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay,
Marcia Clark. Motion passed.
Exactly. I was gonna say, well, funny enough, like I'm comfortable here and I'm comfortable, you know, in real life, like in real people around a group of people, things. True public speaking opportunities. Oh my goodness. I am not the same person that you know. You'll be like, I think she's had a stroke. Like she's not okay. That's not her, guys. Like I swear to God, you know, but it's just it's a fear of mine. It's gotten better now that I'm knocking on 40 years old. But it's still enough to just kind of put the fear of God in you.
Right.
That's what that looks like under there.
I like that. That's good. It's called
the fear of God. Yeah.
Mystery of faith is found underneath the armpits. Okay, good.
Like,
problem solved. I don't even know where we're going from here.
You know, that's why they say sweating like a what in church? I don't know. Something. Yeah. Something with their nail color. I don't know.
There goes OPI. And actually, interestingly, I got my nails done again on Friday. And I walked in and I had not had this gentleman in quite some time interestingly, he was the original OPI guy, but he just had gone and bought a restaurant and it didn't do well. So he sold it and he came back.
Did you tell him that you've been continuing on the legend?
Well, he said, you know, in his very thick Asian accent, you like OPI? And I said, and I'm not even going to try an accent because we've already been down this road again. I said, yeah. And two of the other ladies went, 21. Yeah, it's literally no joke. It's no joke. So he started, and so I started telling him, like, you helped me remember, Tony, you helped me. And he's like, I do remember. I don't know if he does or not. It was like 3 years ago. And then later on, he was talking to this other girl, and they were going back and forth in their native tongue. So I didn't really know what was going on. And she goes, oh, sorry. Hello, Opie at 21. Like she felt bad that she was interrupting the conversation. So
formally greet you.
Yeah, I'm literally greeted by that. I mean, my phone number doesn't matter anymore. My phone number doesn't matter anymore because that's how you check in and check out is by your phone number. It's just by your nail colors.
You should tell them that you should be able to enter in OPI21 on the pin pad, and that should be
you should be able to. No. I think you should be able to. That's exactly right.
I think
that's
that exactly means right. At this
point. So we had a good weekend, right?
Absolutely.
We did.
We did. Weekend. We won't talk about my clumsiness, but we had a great weekend. I was going to say Friday night, we actually did the damn thing. We went over to our fellow Beggins, Century 21 Beggins agent Veronica Sierra's waterfront triplex listing. We met with some lovely people on a yacht.
That was really fun. She had a fantastic turnout.
She did a really good turnout with it. It was very nicely done. We had a lot of catering. The boat showed up, which was gorgeous. We're going to go ahead and have a little bit of some video that we'll be able to dub in here or share separately with you guys from how it went. We also had a pretty exciting conversation with Kim from Beachline Mortgage with Veronica about buy down options for different types of properties that you can be eligible for to figure out how to get that mortgage rate that we all want, that they're not advertising right now.
Exactly. No, it was great. I'm excited for it. It's a beautiful. I had actually not been back in that area, Gulf Way, and I had not been back in that area. And there's single family homes trickled in with duplexes, triplexes.
Families, right?
Yeah, families, and which is a nightly rental. And they have a management company who the brother and sister we met. Or no, husband and wife.
Yeah, they were lovely.
And flowers in the attic stuff. So it was a husband and a wife, and they manage it, and they usually do 2 or 3 night rental, and they're very
minimum
picky. Yeah, and they're picky about it because they're surrounded by residential, but that little like kind of inlet was just so fun. There was some people water skiing. It was so fun, and it was such low tide, so it was really hard to get the whole vibe.
Yeah, there was a boat that was going by initially with 2 water skiers on the back, like you mentioned. And I was like, okay, did you like pay these people to just like do it? And it was.
I didn't know. I mean, they even had a drone at one point. I know that wasn't related to the Brokers Open, but I just think it's the area in general. And there might have been maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 houses across the way that I was like, okay, I'll take that one. I guess, well, if that one's unavailable, I'll take that one instead. They were so pretty. They were beautiful. They're not Madeira Beach lots, as we were briefly chatting about how Madeira Beach.
The width of the lots there were much larger.
Yeah, I mean, they had to have been 75, 80 feet, which are traditionally 50 on a good day. So it's a totally different vibe. The sunset was amazing that night. Just amazing. And,
with all this weather that we've been having, I was really hoping for everything to go off without a hitch for her. And it did.
Yeah, that's great. And I mean, I think on a Friday night is really tough to do something like that, as there's a million reasons why you don't go to something like that. But she had I was impressed with the turnout. So good job, Veronica.
Yeah, shout out to Veronica. And if you guys are even interested in going to Indian Rocks Beach and seeing what it's all about, there's always tons of community activities to go about. It really is a cool little area. And like Stephanie and I previously discussed on episodes past, the restaurants and the things to do in Indian Rocks Beach, they rival some of the other beach towns here.
They do.
Some of them, they just don't have that much to do, and that's fine. But that's not what Indian Rocks Beach is about.
Yeah, there's a whole strip, with the exception of that there's not really a sidewalk to walk on, which could become incredibly dangerous. But there's a whole area that is just it's just so lovely in that area. So I was happy to do that, glad to do that, and happy that she had such great success.
Yeah, no, it was an amazing weekend, but I know you guys went to the movie.
Yeah, we did. I mean, as you know, and Caitlin doesn't like always to do, we're huge fans of the movie. It just skeeves her out.
First of all, let me just say this before you get it. Number one, I am glad that movie theaters still exist. Okay.
Yes.
It makes my heart happy. Just like I see an indoor mall, it makes me happy that people still go to the movies. I personally just don't like going to the movie theater.
It's so fine. It's
Okay.
so
But
fine.
I'm happy that they still exist.
I know that you are. It's just always been something. Well, my husband is obsessed with movies, always has been, which is so funny because you love movies too. You just don't like going to the theaters.
I don't like going to the theater. It takes a lot to get me to watch a new movie. I have to be in a right state of mind. I have to have no interruptions. I have to have my stinky snacks. Okay, don't talk to me. Like I got to pay attention. I'm
that's
a rewatch Trustees.
Yeah, I understand that. If you're going to spend your time, you want to make sure it's good. I get that. Yeah, so we went to Superman, which was really fun. I mean, DC hasn't necessarily dominated the movie world over the course of the last 10 years. Marvel has it.
I was just about to say, I don't know as much as you know, and I know Marvel.
Embarrassed at how much I know. I mean,
you have 3 children. You have no reason to be embarrassed.
I just learn it through regurgitation. It's literally regurgitated based on what I hear. But with that being said, James Gunn, who is the producer and probably other things listed on that Superman movie, as it's been done quite a few times, and not going to say that I haven't loved some of the Supermans in the past and their physique, that's for sure. But it was very well done. It was very well done. They had a dog in the movie.
Does it live?
Crypto. They literally named a dog, like the dog's name is Crypto. I guess it was in the 90s comic books that he had a dog and then all of a sudden he had a horse and he had this whole, so it was kind of a win-off. But the dog Crypto was in the movie. Yeah. And so it just pulls at your heartstrings the whole time. Superman is fighting with his past and trying to become human. And what better way to be a human, but then to have your man's best friend.
I know you don't want to spoil it, but the dog is hysterical. Okay.
It's so freaking cute.
Even know if I want to ask you this question because
the dog lives.
That's it. Okay.
That's all you need to know. The dog lives.
The whole time you said there's a dog, and I'm like, I was like, I have to know if the dog lives, because if you tell me that it was an amazing dog throughout the entire movie, but it ends like a Marley and Me, I will not.
Oh, well, I don't even know if the Superman franchise would exist after that. I mean, I would be even.
You're canceled.
I mean, I literally think it would be cancel culture. How could you kill the effing dog, Superman?
Kill the dog.
You can't kill the dog. It literally, I mean, it was just hysterical. The dog and what it did all the time. It was so stinking cute. It was just cute. Again, I have seen more Marvel movies or DC movies or superhero movies or whatever you want to call it than I ever thought that I would see in my life. And the dog really made it. The dog's name is Crypto, and it was this adorable, cute little dog. So if your significant other, whatever it is trying to pull you to the movie theater and you at least like dogs, you'll like the movie.
Good to know. There you go.
It's good to know. Yeah.
It's noted. An animal lover, action packed, family friendly. Let's go. So
yeah. I mean, that whole premise behind it was kind of, I mean, Superman trying to become this human, and like I said, what better way than to have him.
I have a question. In this one, do they have a Lois Lane?
They do.
Who plays her?
Rachel from I need to know this name very badly. She did she was Miss Maisel.
Shut.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Okay, yeah, sold. I'll watch it because I love the marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah. She's hysterical, right? She's adorable, and she's got longer hair. You know, she's in that show, which she's freaking fantastic in that show. I mean, she's brilliant, but it's such a character.
Smart writing in that show.
It's such a character.
It's so quick, and it's just, oh my God, I love it. Okay, now dog lives, and it's the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I'm gonna see it now.
Rachel,
congratulations.
I don't know, but she's got longer hair. She's just beautiful. Her face is porcelain, and she's just great. She's great. And then they briefly introduce Supergirl, Superwoman, whatever it is that they're going to have her be. And that's the one that played the original Rhaenyra from House of Dragons. So I could see that too. Yeah. So that was kind of fun. So it was fun. Like I said, we go to the movies all the time. Well, not all the time, but it was something that Michael and I did all the time when we were dating. We went all the time. It was just always his favorite thing to do. We'd bring food in from the inside, outside. Sorry, but you don't serve sandwiches. So what are we going to do? You forced us. We made the people do it. So, but yeah, it's always, and it's neat that my kids want to do it. Yeah. So my husband loves Superman. So I was excited for him.
Right. I was going to say, I will watch it when it comes out on whatever streaming that it does.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which will probably be like next week, because that's how fast.
Do they really do that? Let me ask you this, since you're a movie
It'll probably be like
theater person, do they actually bring things out to streaming while it's still in theaters?
They do. They make it so you can buy it.
Oh,
so you can buy it, but not rent it. And so they'll first do buy, and then they'll say, okay, now you can rent it. And then like, I don't know, 5 years from now, well, it wouldn't be on Disney because I don't think they're part of the DC world, or maybe they are.
Yet.
Shut up. Yet. But they're not part of, yet, or they are, and I'm an idiot.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned to whether or not, stay tuned because I'm an idiot, or stay tuned.
No, stay tuned to see if we can figure out how many comic book brands the Disney brand has collected at this point.
And also probably stay tuned to see if I'm an idiot and I misspoke about any of this stuff.
If they're tuning in, they kind of like it. So they
kind of like it. That's right.
You kind of like it. So
they kind of like it. Just that's what the people want.
I'll tell you one thing. I did a lot of things outside this weekend, but there was a point where I said no more because I got eaten alive. I'm getting eaten alive. And poor Trent, they like him. Okay, so for all the good people listening, the mosquitoes this year. Yes, we live in Florida. Yes, we know it's a swamp. Yes, we know all the things. It's rainy season. It's all the things. But there's a lot of factors this year that are playing into just an like it's not a normal level of mosquito outbreaks.
Remember up north, like when we would have, the mosquitoes were only out at night. Yes. Right? It's like you couldn't, it's like, did you put on the off to go play tag?
I mean, unless I went and like ran the woods that required like deep woods off and during the day, like, yes, you're right. At night they would.
It was like, it felt like it was only at night. It was like, if you're going to go play those games at night, you got to put on did you put on the off just to make sure? But it doesn't matter.
And that's how we generationally killed lightning bugs.
It's true.
I don't need that on my conscience. Okay. But the mosquitoes, the mosquitoes are really out of control down here.
I was in my like outside office area that I'm in right now, which is and it's it was 8:30 this morning, and I was like, this is fun getting bit by a mosquito in my lanai that is enclosed.
The screen lanai,
because they're so freaking tiny, it doesn't matter.
Like what screen? Whoop, like right in. So
exactly,
but no, there's a lot of factors this year that are actually contributing to it being a banner year, unfortunately, for the mosquitoes. Unfortunately, specifically along the beaches, there was a lot of flooded out properties. There's a lot of properties that have been derelict, that are left, that are uninhabited at the very least. And there's a lot of water catching and standing during the raining season right now. So we can talk about the abandoned swimming pools. We can talk about the fact that the little water fountain features that somebody has that hasn't been turned on and now is just a mosquito larva breeding pit. We can talk about the fact that some of our drains along the gutters of our streets still haven't been completely cleared out. So sometimes during the more torrential downpours that we've been receiving, there's been standing water in places. But anyway, we mentioned this, I think, or at least we did in one of the pre-recording chats. You and I've been chatting about it, that some of the other cities are starting, Treasure Island are starting to put mosquito dunks like in their city sewers drains and things like that. So Madeira Beach actually announced on July 8th, so we're about 6 days last week, right after our recording, they are going to be offering out what's called mosquito fish to people. Would you like some mosquito fish that could help eat your mosquitoes?
I saw that. Okay, great. Let's be proactive about it. That's great. But there are so many questions.
So many freaking questions.
There's so many questions. First of all, where do you put these fish?
Can you throw them over the fence in the neighbors?
Do they become a weapon? That's kind of what you're looking for. But do you put them in your pool?
It actually says
you put them in your bathtub?
if they're in your house, I guess. I don't know.
If
you put it in the bathtub, you might have to name it and keep it forever. Like if you domesticate it, then it's your responsibility, right?
I mean, do I just put them in my pool in the back? Like, so they just, I mean.
So I think that their thought was that, yes, any type of standing water. But okay, if there's a puddle on my street for 6 hours, I'm not tossing a mosquito fish in it. Anyway, we're getting very literal with it, but we understand what they're trying to do.
I actually don't know if I do understand. That's the problem that I'm having, is that I was like, I read it and I was like, that's cool that they're addressing and acknowledging it.
Right.
And then I clickbait the article because I wanted to know a little bit more about it. And there really isn't much except for a phone number that directs you right back to Madeira Beach. And I said, well, I was like, I want to know the use of these. Where do we put them in the pool that we're not using, that just sitting there? Because we've all had pools. It's not like all of a sudden these pools showed up. The problem is that, to what you're saying, that people might not have their electricity hooked back up still.
Right.
And so their pool isn't getting any type of motion. So do we say let's identify that one and just throw some mosquito fish in there? Are they going to multiply? And then all of a sudden one night I'm going to have 2 and then the next day I'm going to have 100? Like, I mean, there's a lot of questions. Is this something that we can use as bait fish later on? Like,
and then what do we do with them when we go to clean the pool? Do they have to be taken to netted out, or are we just?
I don't know.
You know this, but it's like, do we drain the pool and then just
it's going to be like
with them?
On Nemo, where they're like going down the New Zealand.
Don't put that in my brain. Don't put that in my brain. No.
Sir.
These mosquito fish, guys, these are Nemos. They're only 2 to 3 inches in length. So I'm imagining, like, my Midwest brain goes to catfish. Okay, so they're going to have some big old lips on them or something like that. No, these little mosquito fish are only about 2 to 3 inches long. And apparently their main diet du jour is mosquito larvae.
If there's there's a mosquito that's slightly above the water, will they breach the water and eat it for us? Or
I don't think so, but that wasn't.
Do they go straight in the? I mean, I know that's where they produce. Maybe it's the egg.
It says that mosquito fish can act 2 to 3 inch little mosquito fish can consume up to 100 mosquito larvae per day, and they are great resources for large areas of standing water, such as pools in disrepair or ornamental ponds, which I said water feature, but that's basically what that was. And they are native to Florida, so no wonder we've never heard of these up north.
Yeah, because probably University of Florida made them.
And it says that they actually are.
Didn't they make love bugs too? We got to put something in the water. The water's not feeling like it's getting the love. Let's do mosquito fish.
I was trying to say mosquito fish, what you just said, no-see-ums, all the things, like all the things. So, but I will say this, our city has now offered this as an option. Do go ahead and call the city to figure out how you can have these things delivered and ask any future questions that you might have. We're not sure, but we'll keep you posted with any other fun facts that we find out about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's probably, it's just interesting. I've never heard of them before, and I don't mean any disrespect. I just think it just raised more questions, and because I wanted to know if I needed them, because mosquitoes are clearly out of control this year.
Are out of control. And I guess I'm just thinking about, like, okay, well, let's think about this. Like, how many do I get? If I tell you that I have like a 10 by 20,
right? Do they give you a certain amount?
How many do I get? And then what do I do with them when I'm done with them? Or, I mean, because you know how many people are just going to net them out of their pool and put them into the canal.
Probably use them as bait.
It says that they are indigenous. It doesn't say necessarily that they're saltwater, though. It says lakes, ponds, and ditches. So they're freshwater. So if we put these in the canal, they're going to die.
Well, ducks make it somehow.
Yeah.
In saltwater. They're so cute.
Yeah, but they're not breathing it through their gills.
No, they're not. That's true, I guess.
I love you. You're adorable. Yeah,
you're right. True.
The ducks make it work. I mean, screw them. Figure it out.
I want to see how long this thing can make it. Put it in the net.
We have a lot of questions. Yeah, we'll keep you posted if we get any of those pressing questions answered.
Yeah, and there was a couple of questions, I guess, that were online.
Well, you know what? We're gonna have If we're feeling so brave, we might have our own option to be able to ask said questions, because Wednesday we have another
Yes.
conversations with the mayor.
What
I
day
don't
of
think
time?
I'm going
What
to
time of day
embarrass
is that
myself.
one?
I don't think I'm going to embarrass myself in front of the whole group any mosquito fish questions, but I have no problem talking to her. She is a very nice lady.
She's so lovely.
She's lovely.
She's
Yeah.
so lovely.
Yeah.
What time is that meeting?
So actually, it is going to be on Wednesday, July 16th. It is another lovely Conversations with the Mayor, which shout out to Mayor Anne Marie Brooks here
Yeah,
in.
you gotta love a woman that's just gonna put herself out there and just say, you know what, bring it. I
Yeah,
go for it. I don't know if I'm gonna have your answer, but I'm certainly want to hear your problem. I mean,
exactly.
she's amazing. She's
Yeah,
amazing. I just
because
love that she could.
how many times people get into a position of leadership and it gets a little overwhelming. Of course, public service is
Of
always a
course.
job, right?
Never mind,
Job.
she took over the freaking position in what, August?
Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah.
August. I mean, I don't think it was
Yeah.
much later than that, right?
Well, between us squirrel friends, thank God that happened, because God knew that we were going to need her in place.
I swear
But
that
yeah,
that is what happened, and talk about on the job training. But I applaud her for doing that.
yes. Yeah.
You have to respect anyone, even if no one can accuse her of not caring. No one can accuse her of not wanting, of not being accessible.
Yep.
No one can accuse her of not listening. And the city is so lucky to have her.
We got a good one.
She is a good one.
So
That is
yeah,
for
if you
sure.
want or ask any pressing questions with us about mosquito fish, this is going to be this Wednesday on July 16th from 12 o'clock to 1:30 at the Friendly Fisherman Restaurant in Johns Pass on the boardwalk.
Nice.
So that is something that we're super excited about. And then actually, it's going to be a pretty busy back to back here, because then we have the Master Plan Community Workshop for the city of Madera Beach, which is going to be on July 22nd, early next week. That is at 5:30 at City Hall. And this is going to be.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because this is actually going to be another opportunity for our residences to ask questions and request changes to the master plan, which involves the future plans of Madera Beach and where we're going to go from here.
I
So
love that.
there is going to be the consultant Kimley Horn who will be present, and again, that's on July 22nd from 5:30 to 8 o'clock at City Hall in Madera Beach.
I think that would be interesting to attend, just even know what the pulse is. I mean, there's this master plan has been in play for a little while, but it's probably been catapulted quicker because
Yeah.
of the destruction that happened. And I don't all
Yeah.
parties that are involved. I don't know the cities, any other city as well as I know Madeira, whether because we work there or I have a business there, and I just love the town itself. But uh, that the people that are interested in moving it forward are the people that also reside there, and you don't find that in a lot of cities. You find investments that are just holding on to how much money can I make, and there's a general interest that I think is
Well, and
fantastic.
sometimes you find that the property owners that are the loudest against certain types of plans don't even live here full time.
They don't even live here. They don't. They don't. And
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense. And everything that is being done is to only increase everyone's property value and
Well, and of
not
course,
necessarily even just, I mean, not losing sight of all the setback rules and all of the
yes.
ordinance rules will keep this town in check.
Here's my thing. This is the beautiful thing that we live in the country that we live in, and this is a democracy, and this is exactly how our local government is supposed to function. And we have the opportunity with these community workshops to voice our opinions, to request changes. It's not even
Yes.
to ask questions, request changes.
Yeah.
It says it right here. So to me, it goes back to the simpleton phrase of, if you don't vote, you
Yeah.
don't get to complain. So
Yeah.
if you don't show up and you just bitch and moan, I'm sorry, but there's no other simple way to say it, up to find out what the truth might be. That's another
Exactly.
thing. Be a fly on the wall. You don't even have to come in guns a-blazing or questions of firing. Find out what is actually going on versus
Yeah, no,
finding
that's
out.
right. So you can debunk all
Yes.
of the
Yes, because unfortunately, I feel like, it's a game of telephone. And
it
I
is
love some of my
social
neighbors
media
dearly, but I
keyboard
also know,
warriors.
yeah, that they also love they love the drama darling.
They
I guess
do.
is
No,
what
that's
all I'm trying
right.
to say.
And they take everything as I mean, they take everything at face value. I mean, it's just the way, I mean, that's just kind of what unfortunately bad social media has
and
become.
again, it just goes to show that our city is listening and they're willing and wanting to hear what the people want and what is going to be the most beneficial future plan for our city and our commerce and our economy and every other factor. So go, because otherwise we could live in a very different place where they just tell us how it's going to be. So let's go.
Exactly.
So the other thing I was going to mention, and I know we've brought this up a couple times, but I'm sorry, good people. I am a fan and I am a fan girl, and I'm going to bring it up every freaking podcast until it's over. And then we'll talk about a recap. But August 15th through the 20th.
You can't even help it at this point. Yeah, but you know what? This is what happens is that we do Burger Week, and then guess what? Guess what? We kick off from there, which we cannot be more excited for. NFL. Right? So it's like the preseason. Burger Week is our preseason to the NFL, which you and I both love.
That's right. And so that's why we're like, we ready.
That's right. I love that. And you're so cute in your hat. I love it.
I was going to say, hopefully my friend at the city will get me another hat this year because he'll see how many times I've worn it. I may pull it all the way down so it doesn't look completely crazy. There we go. So yes, Madeira Beach Burger Week, 12 plus restaurants, 2 weekends encompassing to make sure that you have time to get all the belly burgers that you can stand. And at the same time, the awards, people. When the awards ceremony is announced, come. It is a great time.
Yes.
So it's a great time.
Who is it just City of Madeira Beach?
Stay tuned for that because I was privy to the main sponsors last year and all of them. Yeah, there's going to be a couple of
for that.
Yeah, because I know that last year at least there was the hardware store out of St. Pete Beach, Century.
Yeah, they donated an egg, right?
A green egg grill.
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah, no, those are nice.
Yeah, those are really. It was one of the things that Michael and I sold a whole bunch of furniture up north.
Yeah.
And some of the things we weren't interested in selling, but we knew they wouldn't mix down here as well.
Right.
And that was the one thing that what we bought was some of the proceeds from the furniture is a big extra large egg.
Well, you know what? I actually misspoke. I just pulled up the website real quick here, and they do have a major partner, local supply company. I don't know if you've seen them. They were actually right in front of Delos's Pizzeria at the Seafood Festival. They have a really cool brand of like clothing line and like.
Which one is it?
It's called Yaint Local. Like Yaint Local.
Oh, that's cool.
Around here. It's called Yaint Local Supply Company. And it basically is just Florida pride. I mean, we all joke that, are we all really locals? But,
we're
sorry folks, state's full. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. States. I know. I think I saw on the internet earlier, it said like, if you could pick, hey, Floridians, if you could pick one thing to get rid of, what would you get rid of? And it was like alligators, mosquitoes, cockroaches, New York City license plates. And I was like, that is so bad.
Well, we should tell the people that don't live here, besides the mosquitoes this year, the cockroaches and palmetto bugs, that is the Florida state bird. I mean, I'm sorry, but it is.
It is the state bird. And German cockroaches, forget about it. We don't even need to get into that. I didn't actually talk to you about this before, but total switch of the subject. Do you ever watch HGTV?
You know what? I don't watch it as much as I used to. But go right ahead.
Yeah. So, the Love It or List It?
Yeah.
So they used to have this couple that was on there. I wasn't a couple. I shouldn't
say.
Okay,
well, if you're saying they used to, I know who you're talking about now. It's the bald guy. And then the one woman and the brown hair, right?
Yeah. So she's not that with the English accent. That no matter what she said, like she sounded brilliant. Like it didn't matter if she was like, that is a perfect toilet for that area. Like whatever she said, it sounded brilliant. It didn't matter.
She's married.
So I was watching it last night because, I feel like there's nothing ever on and I'm not into Love Island. And that was clearly the only thing that people were interested in last night. which is
you
a
and
whole
I
different
apparently,
conversation that you and I have no
no.
idea about. So there's no reason to go over it.
You know what? Good people, please tell us, should we start watching Love Island? Because apparently the entire internet is obsessed with us and we are not caught up. We got
Well, the problem with people telling us to watch it is that the season finale just happened. So we'd have to catch the next season. So
that's okay.
we need
Taken
to get
down. I got taken down the 90 Day Fiance tunnel, and there's like 10 different spin-offs of that. So I'm not saying I can't be taken down a path.
Yeah, I could be taken down a path pretty well. So, but to pull back to love it or list it.
Yes.
So you know who's the woman that's on it now is Paige Turner.
What? Wait, Paige Turner.
Yeah, yeah, Google her. So she was on Rock the Block.
No.
So and she was here in Treasure Island.
Is she really?
Yeah, and so
Treasure Island?
she's doing it now. So she was on a team with I don't remember his name. I'm so bad with names. It's like I shouldn't even be on any type of anything. So she was on and she came and rented jet skis from us.
Daniel Frank Kelly.
Yeah. So she is on it now. And yeah, so the first couple episodes, I was like, oh, it's hard to work on chemistry. It doesn't happen immediately unless it's totally fake. It doesn't happen right away. He'd worked with that woman forever. I'm sure that was really not easy, that she wasn't working there anymore. But I watched them last night. So first of all, I'll do a little bit of a plug that I actually love Paige. I love everything that she stands for. And maybe you don't love what you see all the time because that's the way people are. But if you meet her in person, she cheers for you in every which way. And she came and rented jet skis from us with her daughter. And she literally, like my husband said to her, so I just want to ask you, this is, and my husband, who's a literary buff, said, is your name Paige Turner, like literally like Paige Turner? And she's like, yep. She's like, you're actually the first person that's ever said that to me. She's
Shut
like,
up.
Yeah. She's like, but that's exactly what I was named for, as I'm a Paige Turner. But anyway, I watched her last night. First of all, her designs are amazing. They always have been. I mean, her design ability, and she's a realtor, but her design ability is over the top amazing. Like it is so good. It is unbelievable to watch her. I mean, I can't say that I've always said like, love it, love it, love it. But every time I watch what she does, I'm like, there's no way she's not going to win. She is brilliant. She's just brilliant. It's so amazing that she's a realtor kind of turned into, and she probably does the realtor because it just helps her. It just helps her overall control the project, right? Always has been. But she's just such a lovely woman to watch.
I'm very excited about that actually, because I remember her from RuPaul's Drag Race. And I do remember now when you said when she participated in Rock the Block. But she did not participate in drag in Rock the Block.
No.
Right. So that's why my brain didn't put it together right away. But then I cheated, and I have my computer right here.
No, that's fine. Cheat away. I should cheat away so I know the names of freaking.
That's okay, because I'll do this from now on. This will be perfect for us. So, but no, that's great because I remember her from RuPaul's Drag Race. That is a show that I've actually watched from the very beginning.
I actually never watched that, so I'll have to.
Here's the thing, we'll talk about which season I think you should start in, because now that I've seen all of them, I'm going to treat it like Star Wars for you. And you have to start at this particular season before you do that.
I have to watch 4, 5, and 6 before I go watch 1, 2, and 3.
Good people, because we're going to go ahead and make that happen for you. But in the meantime, please make sure to give us a like, a follow, and a share on our socials. We can be found at The Real Salty Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and of course, we are on Spotify now. And of course, if there's any subjects that you want to hear, please let us know.
Yeah, and I guess I actually did want to shout out really quickly that original, so it was me, Caitlin, and Kristen that started this podcast.
Yes.
Over a year ago. Kristen's in Arizona, and it just was too complicated for where she was going with her life for her to stay on. But nonetheless, and more importantly, it's her birthday today. So I wanted to give her a quick shout out.
Happy birthday to an OG salty soapbox woman. Happy birthday.
That's right.
All righty.
All right. See you guys later. Bye.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.